She was a judge. Though a woman in a land ruled by iron chariots and ruthless oppression, the fate of an entire nation did not rest on mighty armies or powerful weapons, but on her voice spoken beneath a simple palm tree. This is the extraordinary story of courage against impossible odds, of unshakable faith, and the unstoppable power of God working through the most unexpected vessel. After the death of Ahid, Israel's judge, the people turned away from God. Prosperity led to complacency, and complacency led to idolatry. They bowed to Baal, the storm god, and Asherah, the goddess of fertility. But in exchange for false promises, they lost the blessing of the true God. So the Lord allowed them to fall into the hands of Jabin, king of Canaan. His ruthless commander, Sisera, terrorized the tribes with 900 iron chariots, unstoppable weapons of war. For 20 long years Israel lived under fear and heavy oppression. Yet in the midst of despair, a remnant still prayed for deliverance, and God raised up a woman named Deborah. Deborah was no ordinary woman. She was a prophetess and a judge of Israel. Men and women traveled from all over the land to seek her wisdom. She held court under a palm tree. Her judgments were fair, her words carried authority, and the people trusted her. Unlike kings, Israel's judges weren't crowned rulers. They were chosen by God to lead, deliver, and guide. Deborah's strength didn't come from the sword, but from her unshakable trust in God. One day, Deborah summoned Barak, a commander from the tribe of Naphtali. With the authority of God, she declared, "The Lord commands you. Take 10,000 men from Naphtali and Zebulun, and go to Mount Tabor. There I will lure Sisera with his chariots to the Kishon River, and give him into your hands." Barak hesitated. Facing Sisera's chariots on open ground was suicide, and so he replied, "If you go with me, I will go, but if you don't, I will not." Deborah agreed, but gave him a prophecy. "Very well. I will go with you, but the honor will not be yours, for the Lord will deliver Sisera into the hands of a woman." Barak gathered 10,000 men at Mount Tabor, while Deborah stood at his side. Farmers laid down plows, shepherds left their flocks. Ordinary men became warriors. When Sisera heard, he gathered his army chariots, soldiers, and horsemen and marched toward the Kishon River, ready to crush Israel once and for all. From Mount Tabor, Deborah gave the signal, "Go. This is the day the Lord has given Sisera into your hands. Has not the Lord gone ahead of you?" Barak's men charged into the valley. Normally the chariots would have cut them down, but God had another plan. Storm clouds gathered. Rain poured. The Kishon River overflowed, flooding the battlefield. The mighty iron chariots sank into the mud, trapped and useless. Horses stumbled. Soldiers panicked. The once terrifying army crumbled. Israel's warriors fought with courage and faith, and Sisera's troops fled in chaos. Sisera abandoned his chariot and fled on foot. He came to the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite. Believing he was safe, he entered. Jael welcomed him warmly, covered him with a blanket, and gave him milk. Exhausted, Sisera fell asleep. Then Jael reached for a tent peg and a hammer tool she used daily. Quietly, she crept toward him, and with one decisive strike, drove the peg through his temple. Sisera never woke again. When Barak arrived in pursuit, Jael stepped out and said, "Come, and I will show you the man you're looking for." Inside lay Sisera dead. Deborah's prophecy was fulfilled. The glory of victory belonged to a woman. That day God subdued Jabin, king of Canaan, before Israel. Soon after, Jabin's kingdom was destroyed, and the land enjoyed peace for 40 years. Deborah and Barak sang a song of victory, recorded in Judges 5, one of the oldest poems in the Bible. Deborah's story is more than ancient history. It's a reminder that God's call is not bound by human expectations. He chose a woman to be a judge, a prophetess, and a leader when no one expected it. God worked through Barak's hesitant obedience, and through Jael, a tent-dwelling woman with nothing but ordinary tools. He still works through ordinary people today through faithfulness in our homes, schools, workplaces, and communities. Our challenges may not be iron chariots, but fears, pressures, and battles still loom large. Like Deborah, we are called to stand firm, speak courage, and move when God says, go. The same God who fought for Israel still fights for his people today. The question is, will you trust him enough to step onto the battlefield? If you found this story meaningful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let Deborah's courage remind you, God can use anyone, yes, even you, to change the world.